After losing Friday night on a sour note to the Jazz, which ended a 3-game road trip at 1-2, the Wizards returned home only to be snowed out. Tonight, in a much warmer Louisiana climate, they face New Orleans, led by Jamal Mashburn, who scored a season-high 39 the last time these teams met, only to be overshadowed by Michael Jordan's season-best 45 and a Wizards 5-point win. Put your shovels away and enjoy Wizards basketball Mardi Gras style. Next. Sportsnet presents Wizards basketball. Tonight live from the New Orleans Arena in New Orleans, Louisiana. It's the Washington Wizards and the New Orleans Hornets. He is officially the third oldest player in the NBA, but a blizzard on his 40th birthday kept Michael Jordan and the Wizards in front of the fireplace. Now that they have dug out, the Wiz must dig deep in an effort to stop Jamal Mashburn and the 28 and 27 New Orleans Hornets. Hi, folks. Welcome to the Big Easy. With Mark Wunderlich and Gary Zielinski. These teams played just 3 times this season. Normally against the East you play 2 and 2, but just 3 times, so this is the 3rd meeting. They have split the first 2. Hornets winning here January 22nd, 103-94. And the Wiz winning 109-104, exacting revenge February 1st at MCI Center. A game where Michael Jordan had a season-high 45 points. Michael Jordan unable to play Monday on his 40th birthday at a game scheduled with the Toronto Raptors, but as you know, postponed to March 4th at MCI because of the snowstorm. And so the Wizards playing in just their 4th game in 15 days. The last time they played was back on Friday night, getting beat by Salt Lake City's Utah Jazz 32 points. And Christian Laettner takes one off the glass, no good, knocked away. MJ tips it up, and it's knocked out of bounds. It'll go to New Orleans.
Even though the Wizards didn't score on that possession, something I saw in some of the highlights of their game against Orlando last night, penetration really hurt this team. If Tyronn Lue can get some of that penetration towards the basket, force the defense to make some adjustments, and then get some easy open shots for some of the perimeter players, particularly Christian Laettner, that certainly can help Washington's offense.
You notice that the fans here stand until the Hornets make their first basket, and they turn the ball over. They've dropped in that category, now averaging 14.5 turns a game. That's 13th in the league. And Laettner missing. And Haywood can't control the rebound. So Jerry Stackhouse getting the start. He flew home from Salt Lake City to have an additional MRI. He said it was negative. They checked him out. He was pleased with the results, and he says he's feeling good.
I'm sure there was some concern about, to some degree, about the re-injury. Right around 3 per game.
Jordan, tough fadeaway, got it. What a shot with very little arc on the ball.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for him most of the night. George Lynch is a very good defensive player, and I'm sure that's why Paul Silas has him back into the starting lineup. Lynch
was banging with McGrady last night, did a pretty good job on him.
Sure did.
Now George will fire the jumper and hit a 3-point field goal for George Lynch. He's from the Washington area, actually went to high school in Roanoke and played at Flint Hill High School. Stackhouse, tough shot.
Tough shot. Looked like he was going to come up Washington's bench points 7-0. And
Max, you're killing me. Hey, everybody jamming. Hey, man. She jamming? They jamming too? A Bud Light, man.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light.
I said Stockton playing at 40. He'll be 41 next month. And Oakley gets 2. Nicely done. He's hit some clutch free throws this season. In his 18th year from Virginia Union. 6:45 to go in the half. Wizards will be home to face the Nets on Friday. And the Mavericks, that's off of Mashburn. And a good call by Bob.
That was Oakley got his hand in there to get a piece of it and knock it loose.
His only other trip here was in that building, the Superdome, when he was a freshman for North Carolina, 1982, the NCAA championship game against Georgetown. And Jordan hit the winning shot against Patrick Ewing's Hoyas as UNC won 63-62.
Boy, look at that release.
Beautiful.
Right off the fingertips. You can see the rotation off the ball. Textbook perfect.
This is MJ's 1,043rd career game. Wilt Chamberlain played in 1,045. Oscar Robertson played in 1,040. MJ's current career average, 30.3 points per game. Chamberlain averaged 30.1 for his career.
Hornets really have been struggling in this quarter. They're 1 for 9 from the field. And as you mentioned, a lot of turnovers. 5 turnovers in this quarter alone.
Jordan fadeaway. Got it! And the Wizards have cut it to 2. New Orleans led by as many as 15 in the first quarter. 8 points in the game for MJ on 4 of 10. And a foul will be called on Charles Oakley. And one thing's for sure. When Oakley is near you, it's going to be a very big challenge to get to the basket. He does not allow you to get easy points.
Well, that's the mentality of the old school. You don't get anything free or easy. There's a nice soft jump shot coming from
pass. Jerry. Whoa! He faked one way and climbed it back in from the other side.
It was a double punt layup.
Beautiful play by Stackhouse. Doug Collins trying to regulate his minutes a little bit because he's certainly not in 100% condition to play. He's played in 19 minutes in this game. He's 3 for 8. Wesley inside scores. .115 to go in the first half. Jordan around Lynch. Lays it off for Kwame. MJ fadeaway, tough shot, good. Michael Jordan electrifies the fans, has 10 points in the half on 5 of 13 shooting.
You notice I just continues his movement without the ball.
Wesley for 3. David Wesley, the 4th best three-point shooter in the NBA at 43% from long range. Jordan gets a pick from Leitner. That's way short. Christian is there. Goes up, and it's blocked away. It'll go back to the Wizards, and the Wizards coaches are off the bench. They want a foul called. Doug Collins will not get it. But the Wizards will get the ball with almost a fresh 24.
Yeah, I think it'd be wise just to make sure you get the last shot.
1 second difference between the game and shot clock. 15 shot clock, 16 game clock. And Hughes will wind it down. It's a pick from MJ. Back to Jordan. Reverse. Oh, it's a horrendous shot. And they call goaltending. They'll give it to him anyway.
Doesn't matter. Went in. What a move using the left hand coming up underneath.
His airness is still soaring with the greatest of ease. Wesley is fouled at the buzzer. No! With 1.9 seconds to go, he gets fouled, and he'll get 3 shots. How do you like that?
Let's see what's happening here. Actually, Wesley loses control of the ball for a brief second.
That
sometimes
really
your
hurts.
instincts just get the best of you. You see that ball and you want to reach in for it, but you've got to be disciplined not to give up that kind of foul in that situation. If he makes the 3 under those conditions, you got to accept it. Don't bail them out.
Wesley's a 76% free throw shooter, misses the first. You mentioned Baron Davis. He got hurt on January 24th against Portland, torn cartilage in his left knee. Had surgery on the 28th and Expected him to miss 6 weeks. I don't know if he'll be back.
Yeah, and I got to wonder if something's wrong with Robert Pack. I saw him at the end of the first quarter go into the locker room, and they haven't used him. So I'm just wondering if, he's a big part of their rotation.
Started 4 games this year, the former Bullet. Robert Pack averaging nearly 6 points a game. And Wesley makes 2 of 3, and that's truly unfortunate for the Wizards. And a bad pass, and Lynch, and can you believe that? Came off the bench to give the Wizards 5 points and 4 rebounds, and watch this shot by Jordan. How about that? Off the glass and in. He was 6 of 15 and 12 points for the half. And as we said, the Wizards were down by just 1, and then they gave up 5 points in a matter of 2 seconds after Larry Hughes fouled David Wesley on a 3-point attempt, made 2 of 3. And then on a Michael Jordan miscue on the inbounds pass, George Lynch hit a 3-pointer at the buzzer. Otherwise, the Wizards would have outscored New Orleans in the quarter 24-14.
But what you have to like is the fact that defensively they really stepped up in that second quarter, shut this team down to some degree, forced some turnovers. Unfortunately, they weren't able to capitalize on a lot of those turnovers, but they've got to do a better job rebounding the basketball. They did get some good help off the bench. You look at the leading scorers for Washington. Jordan, of course, leading the way, and Stackhouse with 8. But Larry Hughes, Kwame Brown, and Oakley all off the bench, giving them some good scoring.
There's your scoring for New Orleans. In fact, Mashburn was held scoreless during a 10-minute span. And in that time, the Wizards outscored New Orleans 21-10. So Washington playing outstanding defense down that stretch.
Yep.
Fans, help your parents grow old gracefully. Did you know that senior citizens in the district can receive free nutritious food? For more information, call the D.C. Department of Health Supplemental Food Program at 1-800-666-2229. Michael Jordan celebrating his 40th birthday on Monday. Had a big bash for him Saturday night at
even with all that snow?
Yes, people managed to get in, and then they were snowed in, so he was forced to spend all kinds of time with Charles Barkley on Sunday and Monday. Can you believe that?
That's too much of a present there.
Yeah, it is. It's more than you're asking for. See the shot chart coming up for Michael Jordan. Here's a little trivia for you as you look at that, Phil. MJ, the 4th guard in NBA history to play at the age of 40. We told you who the other is, John Stockton.
Right, 41.
Name 2 more.
Guards that played at the age of 40.
Age of 40.
Well, I know one was Bob Cousy.
That's correct.
He
Very
came
good.
back out of retirement.
Very good.
And there's another one?
John Long, because I know that's kind of obscure.
I played against John. I should have known that. And I watched him play when I was a kid, too. So
he was around a long time. Jordan had 45 the last time these two teams played. It was the 172nd time in his career that he's had 40 or more points. That's the 2nd most ever. Wilt Chamberlain had 40 or more 271 times. And P.J. Brown scores, and the Hornets open up an 8-point lead. Steve Buckhantz and Phil Chenier, our producer Rich Wolf, our director Chris Grain, and our graphic coordinator Matt Mastracci on hand. And Tyronn Lue gets into the scoring column. Lue with his first basket on 1 of 3 shooting in 9 minutes of play.
Good pressure.
Here's Stackhouse one-on-one with Lynch. He's bumped by Lynch, and George does a nice job to keep Jerry from getting an easy 2.
Let's see what Lynch is trying to appeal to the official to say it was before the shot, but that's not the case.
Not in this league.
But that was a steal from Christian Laettner. Good trap on the side of Mashburn, and Washington forces another turnover. Let's see if they can get some points off it this time. Ironically,
Stackhouse and Jordan came into tonight's game both with exactly 969 points on the season. Stackhouse in 43 games, Jordan in 52. And Jerry misses the first. Wizards are 10 of 14 from the free throw line. Brown is Hornets open from 18, a little short. Ball goes down and is taken by Lynch and knocked out of bounds. Give it to Charlotte.
In some kind of way, they've got to do a better job rebounding the basketball. They gave up 9 offensive rebounds inside, and it looks like the Hornets are trying to pick up right where they left off.
I did say Charlotte, didn't I? Well, it's going to happen. I was slapped on the wrist by Walt, our stage manager. Inside, blocked away from behind.
As much time as you spent in New Orleans last night, you don't know you're not in Charlotte.
Was I in New Orleans last night? Yes, I'm told I was. Here's Jordan off a screen. Jumper good. Lou will fire the jumper and miss it. Wizards still shooting poorly, 39%. Haywood collects just his first rebound of the game. Lou, good pass from Haywood, but he can't hit it. Ron now 1 of 5. New Orleans just 1 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. 0 for their last 6. Here's Lynch on the fadeaway. Blocked by Jordan. And Haywood can't get it. And what's the call going to be? They'll either have to call a foul or an out of bounds.
They got to let that one go.
No, they're going to cut. Yeah, they will.
McGlure grabbed Haywood's arm.
Yeah. They called a 24-second violation,
Okay.
Phil.
But again, we've talked about several times, Brendan just has to get stronger and be able to hold his position and hold players. And now watch here where he grabs his arm. And then as Brendan goes down, McGlure trips. But Brendan, that time at least, did not allow them to get the ball.
So it's a 5-point Hornet advantage with 8:16 to play here in the third quarter. Lou again with Wesley on it. And Tehran is fouled by Wesley. Stackhouse has been fairly quiet here in this quarter. Jerry in 24 minutes of play is 3 of 8, has 9 points. And Wesley picks up his first personal.
Again, I think Tehran Lou's strength in this game is his ability to penetrate. If he can get by David Wesley on his own and force their defense to react.
Oh, Wesley fouled Leitner. How do you like that? That's amazing. Hit him right in the face. And Leitner looks over at Gary Zielinski and says, I can't believe you missed that. Seven to shoot. PJ backs up, fires, and clangs one. Stackhouse pulls up for the jumper. Got it. Nothing but net for Jerry Stackhouse. And a foul call on Tehran Lou as the Wizards turn it over again.
Tehran Lou. That's his first. Team's third.
Leitner knocks it away, nearly has another steal. 9 seconds to shoot. Mashburn checks the clock. Wants the side cleared, which he gets. Great pass inside, good box out, and he has no chance. It will not count. They'll wave it off. An offensive foul is called, and Bob Delaney with a nice spot.
Well, they're saying that one of the other players cleared out his man to try and challenge that shot by Lynn. But watch the ball, Mashburn take 2 defenders, and right there, McGlure denied
Haywood.
Brendan Haywood the chance to get to challenge that shot.
Oh, that's a gutsy call by Delaney.
Big call, yeah.
Stackhouse drives, kicks it out to Lou for the long jumper. No good. Wizards watch helplessly as the Hornets go up by 6. Jordan hanging, no good. Michael now 7 of 18 from the field, has 14 points.
P.J. Brown shows you why he's one of the league's top offensive rebounders, saves possession, and Wesley hits the three.
18 points for David Wesley on 7 of 11 shooting. And again, he has killed the Wizards in his career, and Stackhouse answers. Jerry has 13 points in the game, 5 of 11 from the field. 7-point Hornet lead. Fade away, way short, and Jordan pulls it away. Here's Stackhouse one-on-one, and Jerry's held by Wesley. And he'll shoot.
Oh, Jerry getting it done at the other end. He really played Jamal Mashburn tight, forced him into a very difficult shot. And once Washington got possession, they tried to kick it out. And Wesley just giving up the foul, knowing that he really probably could not contain Stackhouse as he streaks to the basket.
Substitutions coming in for Washington. Jordan and Haywood are out. Russell and Oakley are in, along with Larry Hughes. Big NBA trade today. Memphis gets Mike Miller, Ryan Humphrey, and a first-round draft pick from the Magic.
Wow.
Orlando gets Drew Gooden, Gordon Giracek, and New Orleans Arena.
Yeah, and of course announcing that this would be the last time they'd be able to see Jordan in New Orleans, and he got a well-deserved.
Here it is. Jordan makes both free throws, and Michael has 16 points in the game. And I'm informed by my statistician, Drew, that it's the loudest that this place has ever been. Robert Pack, who hit one at the end of the third quarter, continues where he left off.
Even with his 5-point lead.
Larry Hughes' jumper is short point. Oakley got knocked to the ground by Moiso with no call, and a blocking foul is called on Brian Russell.
Good call by the official. Just he had good position, but you see the quickness of Robert Pack able to avoid that would-be offensive foul. But going back, it's a 5-point game now. You take away those 8 points that they got at the end of the first half and the third quarter.
Robert trailer with Oakley on it. Pack again. Unbelievable.
Well, he was exceptionally quiet. Didn't play that much in the first half. In fact, we thought that he might have sustained an injury, but that bank shot at the end of the third really has brought him alive in the offensive category.
6 points for Pack on 3 of 4 shooting. Well, it looks like New Orleans has stepped up their defense a little bit. Kwame turns and shoots and scores. Kwame Brown in 18 minutes off the bench, 3 of 4, make it 4 of 5 from the field. Was 9 points and 7 rebounds.
Well, I tell you, this game is ready for the taking. They just got to put on a little bit of a spurt defensively and offensively, get some stops and some rebounds. And they can come away with a win out here.
And Oakley picks up. Charge on Pack. Advanced PEA Government Systems is the supplier of enterprise architecture platforms to nearly every civilian, intelligence, and military agency in the federal government. Let BEA improve your efficiency and responsiveness. Call BEA Government Systems at 571-382-2400. 10 seconds to shoot. Hughes going baseline. Reverse layup. Can't get it. And the rebound, George Lynch. Stepped on the line and they turn it over. That is the 18th turnover of the game for New Orleans, and yet the Wizards have only been able to get 8 points off of those miscues.
Paul Silas has his small backcourt in there now. with David Wesley and Robert Pack. They're going to try and apply pressure, see if they can maybe pick up the pace some offensively.
Jordan left-handed finger rolls of beauty. 18 points for MJ. Just the second field goal in the quarter for Washington. 2 of 6 in the period. And the Wizards have cut it to 3. Wesley. Campbell.
Good job that time keeping Trailer off the offensive boards.
Russell for the long jumper, no good. Russell has missed all 3 of his field goal attempts in this game, has 5 rebounds.
During the time Stackhouse was out, he was such a big part of the 3 wins that they had during that stretch. Talking about Brian Russell, he scored in double figures and did a good job defensively.
Russell with a near steal. They go to Wesley, who works free for the jumper and buries it. I think one of the most underrated guards in the NBA, or at least doesn't get the publicity that he should.
Yeah, well, he's not your traditional 2 guard. He's only about 6'1", 6'2", very solid, works hard defensively. But they run a lot of picks to try and pop him open.
Jordan backs up and misses that one. Kwame pulls the offensive rebound out of the sky. 8 rebounds for Kwame Brown. Knocked away and a call a foul. And it's on Tractor Trailer from behind, and the Wizards will get it back. And a timeout with 7:51 to go.
You're talking about an 8-point swing. Actually, when you add in those 2 free throws that David Wesley made just before that. But I still believe that Washington is in a perfect position, or a good position, maybe not perfect, but a good position to steal this game. They've got to pick it up offensively. Now they have done that rebounding-wise. They've gotten 3 offensive rebounds so far in this quarter. Kwame Brown, I believe, has 2 of them.
And Kwame has 8 for the game for Doug Collins. Jordan and Stackhouse have combined for half of the Wizards' 66 points. They've got 33 points. Have combined for half of the Wizards' 66 points. They've got 33 points together. MJ with 18 and Stackhouse with 15. And another foul called. This one's on Wesley.
Well, this is what I was talking about with Silas going to that small backcourt. Of course, Pack is out now. But David Wesley and Pack, you're going to find them gambling, using their quickness to try and create steals and maybe some fast break baskets.
4th personal foul on David Wesley. Hughes spinning inside, lost it, off the glass, no good. Tries to get the follow-up with Kwame, and P.J. Brown pulls it down. 12 rebounds for P.J. Brown to go along with 6 points. Campbell nearly traveled. Here's Mashburn, the tough jumper, no good. And Hughes clears it. Hughes goes past everybody, draws a foul, score the field goal. He'll go to the line. The hanging ability of Larry Hughes.
And the ability to just have that vision of seeing a court and seeing where the openings are. He's able to kind of use that strong but yet slim body to knife his way in this opening. Draws the contact. I believe that was Lynch that they called the foul on.
3rd on Lynch. And Hughes completes the 3-point play to cut the Hornets lead to 2. Steve Buckhanson and Phil Chenier with you tonight. Back in Washington Friday night against the Nets. Lynch underneath. And scores.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion in their transfer when they run splits. They have 2 players for a split second going one way, and that left Lynch open underneath.
12 points for George Lynch with 7 rebounds and 4 assists. Jordan baseline around PJ. Kicks it out for Oakley's long jumper. Missed it. MJ battling inside. Finger roll, no good. Gets it again. Passes for Kwame, who scores.
Or a big offensive rebound. That time pulled down by Jordan.
Second assist of the game for Jordan. His 6th rebound to go along with 18 points. Kwame Brown has 11 points on the night. Mashburn, fade away, missed it. Good defense by Jordan, but they get it back. 5:48 to play in regulation. 2-point Hornets lead. Mashburn is scoreless in the second half. McGlure.
Once he squared up, he realized he has the size and the jumping ability to get that shot off over Oakley, but Oakley really banging him down low for position, trying to keep him off balance.
13 points and 12 rebounds for Jamal McGlure. Watching.
It doesn't. I won't.
If it doesn't fit, you must have quit. Come on. Very famous line.
Brings up a lot of.
MJ underneath for Oakley. Goes up and has it blocked and taken away. That's one of the biggest plays of the game.
They worked so hard. They got the shot they wanted, but Oakley a little slow in pulling the trigger on that shot. Allowed that defense to recover and take away what looked like it would be an easy shot.
And if the Hornets score here, it will be the biggest play of the game so far. Mashburn got it. First points of the half for Jamal Mashburn. And the lead has grown to 6. Kurt Haston out of the game with a broken nose. Jordan around Lynch, got fouled, and the call made by Bob Delaney. It's on George Lynch. That's his 4th personal.
We showed you the difference in the 2 games prior to this. Jordan not going to the line the first time. We'll take a look at that last play there. Jordan drops the ball off to open Charles Oakley, but he's a little slow in getting the shot into his shooting position, and they recover in time and block the shot and take away what would have been an easy 2.
You see Michael's points by quarter. He has missed his first free throw tonight. Now 2 of 3 from the line. Gets that one. 19 points for Jordan, who had his season high of 45 against this team on February 1st, and last year had a season high of 51 against Charlotte.
Quiet Jamal Mashburn has been, you've got to always keep a player close enough to get a hand up in his face and try and lower the percentage.
Hughes splits the defenders, flips to Kwame Brown. He takes the jumper and hits. Kwame Brown having a wonderful game with 13 points and 8 rebounds.
I don't know if Hughes flipped that ball to Kwame or he just lost possession of it. He was saying something to the official. I think he felt he got fouled.
Wesley around Hughes, kicks it out to Brown. They swing it to Lynch for the open jumper. Hit the shot clock, and the Wizards will get it back. Doesn't get any easier for Washington. The Nets Friday night, the Mavericks at home on Sunday afternoon, at Indiana, and the Rockets next Thursday. So this is a critical stretch for Doug Collins and his squad as the Wizards are 25-27. After 52 games last year, they were 27-25.
That's right, and this is a critical possession.
Stackhouse draws a foul. He'll go to the line. Fouls on P.J. Brown, his 4th. The Hornets played 14 years in Charlotte. The 88-89 season through 2001-2002. Wow.
You're talking about a team that shoots right around 77-78%. With that miss, dropped under 70%. And on a night that they're not shooting the ball well, they've got to do so. They've got to do something extremely well. Free throw shooting, you would think, would be the case, but that wasn't it. It's both of them.
Kwame for Oakley. They swing it to MJ. Takes his time. Michael drives, got fouled on the pass, and let's see if they say it's a pass or the shot. It's on Wesley, his 5th. Jordan will shoot 2, and there's a timeout on the floor, it appears. Bob Delaney checking with Doug Collins and Gary Zielinski.
Just injury for 30 seconds.
He's hit 2 shots in the past couple of minutes.
I'm not sure who that is that they're checking. Now we'll see. It's Larry Hughes. I didn't even see him get knocked down, but he's slowly getting up. I did not see him get knocked down. And now being helped off by trainer Steve Stricker, walking very gingerly.
Looks like they're taking him back to the locker room.
Hughes with 11 points. And again, didn't see the contact that sent Bucks and Kings shoot three-point shooters better than New Orleans. Larry Hughes, we understand, has a sprained right ankle. They're going to take x-rays, but he definitely won't be back. That's unfortunate. Mashburn drives, gets bumped and scores.
And that's a benefit of having this big, strong body that Jamal has. He drives in the middle. It's a good ball handler, but he can play off that contact and not have it bother him on his release.
About 5 seconds just went off the clock as the officials let the ball run underneath the basket before anybody could get a hold of it. That's up to the discretion of the officials whether to stop the clock for a delay of that nature. Stackhouse on the fadeaway, no good. Jerry 6 of 15 coming off a 5-game absence.
I was going to say at least this first game he's not nearly as sharp as he was after the last stretch that he sat out. When he came back, shot the ball extremely well, in fact, for the whole 5 games that he was back.
Wizards 5 of 17 from the field in the 4th quarter. And it does not appear to look too good for Washington now. .24 points for Jamal Mashburn to lead all scorers. Wesley has 20, and Jordan has 20 for Washington. Michael's shot is blocked and taken away. 3-on-2. So the Charlotte Hornets will take the season, or I should say the New Orleans Hornets. Give me one more year, Phil, and we'll be back in Charlotte. But in the meantime, the New Orleans Hornets will take the season series from Washington 2 out of 3 games.
And again, this is one of those teams that down the stretch could be fighting for a position with Washington. Winning this extra game, winning the series, puts them in a better position.
Our Sun Microsystems upcoming games: Friday night against the Nets at MCI Center on Comcast Sportsnet. Sunday afternoon against the Mavericks in D.C. And Tuesday at Indiana on News Channel 8 and CN8 in Baltimore. So mark your calendars, that Indiana game, News Channel 8 in Washington and CN8 in Baltimore, as Michael Jordan comes out of the game 8 for 23 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 20 points to lead all Wizards for Michael Jordan. 40 minutes of play tonight for MJ. But the Wizards not able to capitalize on New Orleans turnovers.
The officials just letting the clock wind down, but still, for a player like Tyronn Lue, you say, hey, I'm getting credit for another turnover. I don't need that.
17,200 on hand here tonight at the New Orleans Arena. They see Michael Jordan's final game in New Orleans, a city where he won an NCAA championship literally 100 yards from here in the Superdome.
Latrell Sprewell is the name everybody wants to know about, but it doesn't look like anything's going to happen right now. Philadelphia has kind of bowed out of the Keith Van Horn scenario. and Washington wasn't interested in New York's proposal of Sprewell and Othello Harrington for Jerry Stackhouse, Kwame Brown, and Christian Laettner. Just don't want to take on that salary. Then you think about another player, you hear about Gary Payton. Right now, Seattle still wants you to take on some of their higher-priced backup guys like Jerome James and Calvin Booth, and nobody wants to do that. Indiana has some interest in getting a veteran point guard, but they don't want to break up their young nucleus. They're not going to trade Al Harrington. They're not going to trade Ron Artest, so that deal appears to be dead. Golden State has some players that people are interested in. Donald Foyle is one of the names you hear mentioned. They did talk to Philadelphia about a possible deal, but right now Philly feels like it's going to stand pat. That may happen later on.
The Orlando deal may have been predicated on that ankle. Grant Hill, he's planning a fourth operation. This one, according to the Florida Times, he would need 3 weeks of rehabbing. He's going to have an MRI in the next 2 weeks. He's missed 172 games since signing a $93 million contract with Orlando.